Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Courtney Scarlett and behind me is the Yamaha MT-09 Y-AMT. Gorgeous Yamaha MT-09 on loan for a couple of weeks. I have a photo shoot booked with Oxford Products this week, and I thought it would be nice to bring a different bike along to the shoot with me. So Yamaha have kindly lent me the MT-09, and it's actually the Y-AMT version of the bike as well, which I've never tried a system like that before, so I am super excited to try the Y-AMT technology and see what it's like. So guys, in this review it is going to be more about the Y-AMT system, how it works, how it affects the bike's handling, performance and things, and just overall enjoyment of the ride. Is it still as fun as a proper manual bike? Let's find out. What better way to try out the MT-09 Y-AMT than a lovely ride to Whitney in Oxfordshire to go and do a photo shoot for Oxford Products. So what is Y-AMT? It stands for Yamaha Automated Manual Transmission. It's not a traditional automatic, and it's not a DCT like Honda's system. Instead, Yamaha uses a standard 6-speed gearbox, but with electronically controlled actuators that shift the gears for you. Underneath that tech, it's still the same MT-09 you know, same engine, same power. The clutch and shift linkage are still there, but they're managed by a computer, and you can ride the bike in auto mode, where the bike decides when to shift, or use manual mode and tap the paddle shifters on the left bar. No clutch lever required. And you get all of the same specs as the standard MT, so 889cc inline 3-cylinder CB3 engine, 117 horsepower, 68.6 pound-foot of torque. It weighs 193 kg, so I think it's about 3 kg more with the Y-AMT system fitted. It's got a ride-by-wire throttle, traction control, wheelie control, slide control, and it comes with a full TFT dash, IMU and customizable riding modes. So I picked up this Yamaha yesterday and I decided to set off from Yamaha UK with it in auto mode, just because I was going to be doing motorways on the way home, and it seemed like I needed to test out the automatic side of things at some point anyway. So yesterday was I rode purely in auto mode, and frankly, even in automatic mode, to be honest, I was really pleasantly surprised. I couldn't believe how much fun the bike still is and was. It makes an absolutely phenomenally beautiful sound as it shifts up, obviously automatically, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed riding it even in automatic mode. It is a little bit disconcerting at points because it will shift gears maybe when you're in a corner or when you wouldn't normally shift gear, and sometimes if you are taking a bunch of turns all in one, it can't obviously predict the turns that you're about to do, so it can sometimes make a shift up or down maybe that isn't quite what you want it to do, but the system is very smart and it will quite quickly drop back to the appropriate gear for what you're doing currently in that moment. So far I've not really seen any major kinks in the system besides that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my GoPro on as a head cam so you can watch me start up the bike and see what that's like. So just going to talk you through the process of actually turning this bike on, it's a funny process. I'm still not fully used to the on-off, even though I've done loads of models. But that on-off is a bit of a funny, you've got to kind of push it in and twist. It always takes me once or twice. Definitely not the bike I would choose for like a zombie apocalypse or something, because it is quite a slow getaway on this bike. So, once you turn the bike on, you can choose between your AT and your MT, so automatic or manual transmission on your right handlebar, and then you can essentially tap through the modes. So you can see sport, custom, rain, street, and then back to sport. So those are your manual modes. And then if we bang it back into automatic, you can see it's got D plus and D. It's a really great system, and you do quickly find your way around the gear shifts. It doesn't take too long for your left leg to accept that it's unimportant, and the whole process of changing gear in this way does feel pretty cool and kind of video game like. I did at times get a little overwhelmed by the sheer amount of buttons. I think there's about 10 on the left hand alone, and at points I did hit a few wrong ones, but I imagine if you owned the bike it would all become intuitive soon enough. So who is the Y-AMT system for? I would say it opens up the MT-09 to a much broader audience. So whether you're a new rider and you're worried about stalling or gear changes, or you're a seasoned rider and you're looking for technology that makes riding a little bit easier, less physically demanding, and just makes city commuting a complete breeze while still being able to maintain a kind of geared, naked bike that you can have fun with on the weekend. So I actually think it appeals to a lot more people than I at first thought. This bike can make for an excellent city commuter, just as well as it can be enjoyed on a fast weekend ride or even on the track. But I would say it's especially appealing for urban commuters, tech enthusiasts, and anyone just wanting to make riding that little bit easier and simpler. So, I'm having a mad journey home from the photo shoot. A whole tree, like the biggest tree you've ever seen, had come down on the other side of the road, and it had just narrowly missed a biker and someone in an open-top car. There must have only been about a foot from it. It was mental. I mean, thank God no one looked like they actually got hit by the tree. How lucky is that? But yeah, because of that, absolutely insane traffic on the way home. Sorry about the lights, so bright. Yeah, insane traffic. So I've been doing a lot of filtering, and right now I am so happy to have an automatic because by now my clutch hand would be dead. And yeah, just one little extra perk of being able to flip into auto that I really like on this Y-AMT model. The only thing that is a little bit weird when you're filtering though is that you can't just, you know, pull the clutch in and give it a rev just to alert someone that you're there. That's a shame. But besides that, seriously good stuff for filtering. And I hope you heard all of that because it is really loud with everyone going by, and I'm not going to get a microphone out on the side of the road. It's not happening. It's the end of the day. But yeah, just another thing about the Y-AMT I am really enjoying. Like any new tech, the Y-AMT has its pros and cons. Pros, obviously no need for clutch input, which makes it far easier in traffic. I also love that you can override the automatic system with the gear pedals as and when you want to. I just like that added sense of control even when it's in automatic mode. And I also like the fact that you can still put it into neutral. and it's got that same MT-09 power and agility without a drop in performance. Cons for me were just a bit strange not having a clutch lever, especially when trying to kind of feather at lower speeds, or even just being able to kind of give the bike a rev, being able to pull the clutch and rev just to make a noise, alert traffic that you're there, or just generally be annoying, who knows. But yeah, just not being able to do that I didn't really like so much. And I think for people that are just out and out purists, you're probably not going to like it. But considering this is the first of this system they've brought out, it already is an incredibly good system. And overall, I was so incredibly surprised by this bike. I didn't really expect to enjoy it, but there's been an MT-09 shaped hole in my garage ever since this loan bike has gone back. The Y-AMT version keeps the soul of the original, but with a high-tech kind of twist. It's fast, it's smart, and it's surprisingly intuitive. Whether it's the future of riding or just an alternative for now, I'm not too sure, but one thing is clear: the MT-09 isn't just another naked bike, it's now a new way to ride one. Thank you so much for watching. If this bike takes your fancy, let me know, and don't forget to hit subscribe.